engine cover on your C8 Corvette? Someone had asked on our main channel, does the engine cover have a torque spec when you put it down? Chuck, does it have a torque spec?
Every nut and bolt on this car has a torque spec, yes.
Okay.
For the engine cover, it's 9 Newton meters or 80 inch-pounds.
I'm waiting for what he said off camera. So tell everybody, if they didn't know what the torque spec is for the engine cover, you can always go by the old German torque spec.
Yeah, good and tight.
Thanks for watching.
You heard it here first. Yeah, good and tight. Yeah, good and tight. Yeah, good and tight.
Starting to talk about the same things over and over again, but I think they need to be talked about, so we'll have to do that.
Do they need to be talked about, or videos need to be watched?
Whoa, whoa. Guess I should sit here and look pretty like he does. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. As you can tell, we're having a tough time getting going tonight. Almost wasn't a Tech Tuesday. Lots of diversions and some fun interruptions, and some ones that some that are actually brain damage. We're actually going to attempt anyways, I'm going to attempt on Thursday to do a market update if my head doesn't explode first. Just some of the pricing stuff going on. Is there going to be an October allocation cycle for Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray? We'll talk about that. Already a lot of people, hey, did you see some of the new spy shots out there, the ZR1? Yes, I saw them. And it's nice to see, it's actually at the Nürburgring right now, and there's 2 different high wings. And now that you can see some of the stuff on the camo, I can talk about that. I was told before the bags came off the ass end of the car that there was going to be ductwork to draw in air from the top down to those lower brakes. And there's more to come on this ZR1. It's going to be spectacular. But let's not worry about stuff that isn't available right now. Let's talk about cars you can buy, you know what I mean? So still taking names on the list. Use that email up there. Use that same email if you got a question for Tech Tuesday. If you want to talk about something you did to your car, you got a question how to use something on your car, or you have a problem on your car, Chuck and I will do the best we can to answer those questions for you too. And also use that email to send in your beautiful rides that you'll see some sweet looking ones tonight at the end of this upload. By the way, everybody was looking for your Mustang ride on Sunday. They're looking in the back. I said, okay, I see a Mini Cooper, I see a Mercedes. Where's Chuck? Every freaking time I go somewhere, where's Chuck? Dude, you should have rode with me, man. Yeah? It was actually, I'll tell you what, I'll say this about the triple nickel, and it's going to take me probably a couple of weeks to go through all the footage. We still have some guys giving us footage, and I appreciate that. It's going to make it fun to share that upload. And I think even after I share that, it's going to be, well, it's going to be more of a problem for me in the sense that I was thinking at lunch, for the people that came to lunch, thank you for that. It was wonderful talking to you guys. From 7 different states, we had people come for what we turned into, we made it a mini event, man. This was a lot of fun. Anyways, at lunch I had said, probably not going to do this again.
Shut up!
And everyone's just, shut up! And it's like, what do you mean? No, you can't. It's like, well, it just, everything was so perfect. It was so hard to get 50 Corvettes out there. We're blocking the street. My buddy Pete, that we talk about a lot, he got screamed at from somebody. This is illegal. You can't be blocking the road. Get off the way. It's like, really? You can't wait 2 minutes at 9 o'clock in the morning? I mean, give me a break on a Sunday. And it was nice to try and get everybody together, but then as you got everyone out, everybody got spread out because you have different driving styles, and the road is, well, you've driven it. The road's intense. It's just incredible. And I wanted to keep everybody as close together as I possibly could. It was hard to do. So if we did it again, then you have a potential of something happening if you get 75 to 100 cars, because I'm sure that we could do that. I had 9-day notice and all you guys showed up. I'm so impressed by that, and I thank you so much. So if we promoted a year in advance, we're going to get 100 cars. You know, because we're out, I'll probably do it in the fall again because we're out of the mainstream of all the Corvette shows and stuff like that. And I just like, so what do you do differently? It was so perfect. The weather was perfect. And it was crazy. I was looking at a lot, and I should have counted them. I'm thinking it's like 80 to 85% were C8s, dude.
So how long is the triple nickel?
So, from here, when we leave the dealership, it takes about 45 minutes to get to Zanesville. And then you go over the river and you start there. And it takes about an hour and 40 minutes to get to the bottom of Ohio to drive it. So, I mean, you leave here, you're in it for a couple hours easy.
Well, I'm just wondering how many vets it'd take when the first one started, the last one would just be starting when the first one finished.
They were so spread out. It was crazy. So keep going back and forth. I talked to a couple of you guys, including customer Scott, who you'll see when we do that upload. Because of an unusual, embarrassing situation, we got the best picture from the roots. So if I do it again, I'll plan to stop somewhere so you can get all those cars. It was a great shot, Scott. I mean, I thank you for that so much. I got one going up the hill, but I think his from the top of the hill, even though you couldn't see the cars as they come around the corner just a little bit, you knew that was a whole winding row of Corvettes on a beautiful day, beautiful setting. So that's actually pretty funny. I don't know if I told you what I did, so I'll tell you off camera. Some of you guys know, so don't spoil it just yet.
Yeah, I pretty much figured it out.
Yes, okay. Let me just tell you, there was lots of trees around, and that was a good thing. It was crazy. So if we did it again, how do you do it better? How do you do it so you keep everyone safe? Someone suggested maybe do something for a charity, get some sponsors, because that was a lot for me on this one, but it was worth it in so many ways. It really was. So we'll let you know. But the Triple Nickel Ohio 555 highlights will be coming up on this channel. That's all I've been talking about for the last couple of days. In fact, I went to the grocery store last night when I got off work.
Yeah.
Again, here we always do like a monologue, all right? So if you're like, where's the questions? They're coming, and they're all the same stuff we've been talking about. Anyways, I'm leaving the grocery store last night because the 555 was the conversation for us yesterday. My change at Kroger's was $5.55.
Well, of course it was.
I thought that was cool. I don't know. I thought that was cool. Beautiful rides coming up, all kinds of stuff. Let's get into Tech Tuesday. Your questions, and hopefully we have the answers for you. And I apologize, one more real quick. Last week, you didn't want to talk about it, so it was my fault. Last week, we talked about the first service. We're going to talk more about that now. There's a lot of confusion going on with this freaking first service. Please listen. Anyways, I told you guys tire rotation was not included in that. I hadn't looked at that form in 4 years, so they must have updated it. I do apologize.
Obviously, yeah.
Tire rotation is included in your first service that GM pays for. Okay.
Is that for the 2023 and newer now?
2023 and newer, yes, sir.
Yeah. This one comes from Philip. Says, hey, Chuck, I recently purchased a 2004 C5 convertible.
A C5 question, all right.
Yeah. It only has a single CD in the dash, original radio, not the CD changer in the trunk. The issue is every time I try to play an original CD, it spits it out and gives this error code. I looked on the forums to no avail. I've tried to pull the radio fuse and disconnect the battery, but nothing clears the code. Any help would be appreciated.
Can I tell you a quick story on that? Because he said he didn't have the CD changer in the back. It reminds me of this guy that traded a 2003 anniversary car. Low mile car, clean car, bought one of our first C8s. And I'm looking to see what options are on it. I go, do you have the CD changer? He goes, what are you talking about? And I open up the back and I go, oh, there it is. The cartridge was still in the plastic. He goes, I didn't know he had the car for 10, 15 years or whatever it was. He goes, I didn't know I had all that storage back there. I didn't know that CD changer was back there. He had no idea. I go, a little late now. Give me the keys. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead with it.
Anyway, in reference to the, I don't know what error code, I'm sure it's just bringing up ERR on the radio.
Yes.
So you probably just have a CD problem.
Right.
If it won't play an original CD, I don't know if it'll play like a burnt CD or if it's only not playing the original CDs.
Stuff you make and stuff like that. Right.
So if it's not playing any CDs, you have a CD problem.
Yeah, that was back in my wheelhouse of beginning in Corvette was a C5, and the ERR would come up even if you did in fact have the CD changer in the back. Sometimes the CD wouldn't lay in that little casing when you put it down in the magazine just right. It'd get just a little bit crooked and it wouldn't sit in there so it can actually pick it up and spin it and read it. Sometimes the door wasn't closed or even the cartridge itself wasn't down in that magazine, or the magazine cartridge rather wasn't in the unit itself, and that's why you get that ERR. Up top, what I found sometimes is get like the high pressure air spray. You get to clean off your keyboards and stuff like that. Right. Shoot that in there. Don't do too crazy. Just a couple squirts. Be real careful not to be too pressurized in there, but shoot that in there. It might be just that, or it is just an old unit. The darn thing's almost 20 years old. You might need a new head unit itself, but try cleaning it first with some air, and that might help you just a little bit. See, once we get talking, we're good.
Sure.
It was tough to get to this point, though. Yeah, it really was. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. Thank you, Jack, from British Columbia, Canada, for just a quick comment and a question. This is going to be in your wheelhouse. This is Rick and Chuck. I want to thank you for your assistance of this 73-year-old. I received my 17 Grand Sport Collector's Edition about 3 years ago. That's a beautiful car, man. Congratulations with that tension blue interior. It goes on, now own a 2013 Grand Sport. Sorry, Chuck, it's a 6-speed, and I'm loving it. Why would he say, sorry, Chuck, it's a 6-speed?
I don't know.
Does he think that you can't drive a stick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I let that out? He can't drive a stick.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. He loves stick shift cars. Oh my gosh, yeah. He is a, as my kid says, he would be a menace on the road. In the That's what Ryan says all the time. I do have another question, but I wanted to pass. Oh, I don't have another question, but I want to pass this on. I know most people in the C6 and C7 have had the creaking issue in their Targa top coupes. I did all the usual things. I used the dielectric grease. Nothing seemed to help. Do you have an idea what that could be? I do. I'm sure you do too. We've seen a ton of these.
Sure. On the C7s especially, they had a new pin design. If you look at the front pins, if they're black, they're the first design. You need to go buy the new front pins, which are gray coated on the part that goes down into the roof. If it's not that, you can try adjusting the rear latch up a little tighter.
Yes.
And if that don't fix it, then you need the new front latches.
Right, yeah. And they would almost make like a popping sound.
Yeah.
It would be creaking and popping, and that is
Sure.
definitely the latches.
And what I've noticed, it's different. And if you're talking about a clear top, the clear tops are really notorious for this because they have less weight than the painted tops, and they were a lot noisier, the clear
Well, yeah,
tops were.
there's no insulation there, so
Right.
the thing would actually echo. So it would
Right,
be,
and there's no weight to them.
yeah, it'd be even worse. Yeah, so could be a latch issue or that pin issue, as Chuck just identified. So look and see what color you have, and hopefully that helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the question.
Yep. All right, this one comes from Lewis. It says, when a Corvette is brought in for its 7,500 mile service and the 2 quarts have been added at delivery, what is the procedure when changing the DCT filter?
Good question.
There is no special, no difference. We've talked about this. When you change this DCT filter, you only lose them 4 to 6 ounces. So you can do 4 or 5 of these before you're going to lose 1 liter of fluid. So the first one you just do, and I wouldn't even worry about it. Like I said, you're only losing 4 to 6 ounces of fluid.
I know sometimes you're able to do your top off with that mechanism, and you put that hose way up in there and you push it in there. Do you think that they would have to do any top off in that, or
not if it's already got the 2 extra liters in? No,
because you take that out.
You take the plug out, the extra 2 liters are coming out.
Okay, there you go. That's probably going to help you there just a little bit. All right, fantastic.
So yeah, I guess in that sense there is a special procedure.
Because you always tell everybody.
Yeah,
if they
you're
go
going to
in,
want to tell them.
Tell the advisor that they have that in there.
Yeah, you're going to want to tell them when you go in for your service, hey, look, I've got the 2 extra liters, don't pull my plug, because all them 2 liters are going to run out.
All right, this falls into, I guess, Tech Tuesday. It's about your Corvette. So this is about ordering a car and statuses and all that kind of stuff. This comes from Bob Kirk. He goes, got an issue with my Stingray order. First, I'm going to tell you there's not an issue. The issue is with you guys not being patient. And I don't mean to be mean, rude, and direct, but you guys have got to be freaking patient. My God, I mean, what in the hell do you expect? You've got a car at 3, and my whole morning has been this. He's at 3,000 status and now complaining because his build weeks have moved around. Well, yeah, there's a parts issue going on right now, dude. If you've got a car at 3,000 status, here's the good news. You're going to get a car. It's just a matter of when. Nothing is what it used to be. I think we know that over the last 4 years. Once you got a car at 3,000 status in C7, the car was here in 4 to 6 weeks. Those days are over. There's all kinds of things shuffling on behind the scenes because of parts issues. So that was his one concern. Why am I not getting communication and why this is moving? They're not going to tell you. It's not their business to tell you. They have an accepted order. They're going to tell you when it's done and it's shipping. That's what you need to know, and that's what you need to be concerned with. Now that I got your attention, let's continue the conversation. I mean, it's frustrating that people have such uneasiness and entitlement attitudes to know what's going on every minute of the day. There's not a daily update.
No.
I tell people when they order a car with me, here, your car's accepted at 3,000. When we get the build week status, then I'll let you know, because that's when you want to know what week it's going to get built. Then I'll let you know when it's built, I'll let you know when it's shipped, and I'll let you know when it's here. That's what you need to know. The gobbledygook in between 3,100, 3,300, 30, it means nothing, because all you want to know is, when's the car get built, and when's it get here? So let's focus on the issue at hand. It's crazy. We don't have Chuck with the seatbelt clip. He's walking over. Hey, I just got an update. Chuck's got the seatbelt clip and he's walking over to the car right now. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. He had to use the bathroom. He's not quite there yet, so we don't have the update. It's not actually on the car yet. I mean, you want those nutty ass updates? It's bizarre, and I'm venting a little bit with you guys because I get a lot of these, and I appreciate the support of the channel, but I get a lot of these that aren't even from my customers. Yeah. And their dealers aren't even communicating with them. And you're giving them $100,000 of your money? You're a better man than I. That's all I got to say. So he goes on and he says, well, why did GM take this order? I was talking about one of the constraint items on there. Okay, again, back to the parts issue. Very uncustomary what's happening right now. We've had engine appearance package on a coupe for one of my last 23s came in, and unbeknownst to me, we already received the credit. We had the window sticker in there, we had the engine lighting package, but no carbon fiber pieces on there for the Stingray coupe. It was delivered to a local client just recently. And I was shocked. I'm looking at the invoice, and I'm like, I'm looking for the credit. Usually there's a credit. I'm like, no. So he did the paperwork, and I said, well, we'll figure it out. Maybe we can get the parts. Well, lo and behold, we see it's back ordered all over the country, and everybody's having stuff pulled off their orders before they're actually shipped. Then I'm looking back at the invoice. We actually contracted that customer at the already discounted price. They knew before it was invoiced that they weren't getting the part. So I missed that because I'm actually usually just looking for, here's the credit. It happened well before that even got to that stage. So he didn't pay for something he didn't get, but he's not going to get it. And it's an issue right now. And I think it's an issue with, I'm hearing internal rumblings of contractual issues with the carbon fiber supplier to General Motors. They're locking horns, butting heads, and it's not good right now. And if that's going on, they're not making or shipping parts to Chevrolet, and I think that's what we're seeing the result of that kind of crap right now. So again, that's uncustomary for that to happen on your car. So that's why parts issues right now. Why doesn't GM produce and deliver our cars and deliver the options later on time? Again, back to parts availability. They can't give you what they ain't got, all right? And how long are they going to continue the delays on this $995 option? That is really unknown, man. Good questions, concerning questions. I totally get it. Be happy that you're at a 3,000 status because that means you got a car coming. Just a matter of when we get through all this stuff so we can get cars made and shipped out. As far as the parts issue, I don't know. And he says, Rick, I know you don't have a crystal ball. I don't. But just, I had to get in your face just a little bit tonight, guys. I'm sorry for that, because it is by the hundreds every week between email, calls, text, and people popping by. I got just a quick question, and 40 minutes later, it's a conversation to nowhere. And right. I know people are excited. It's obvious.
Yeah.
The success of C8 is just incredible, and I'm proud to be a part of that. But this is some of the logistic crap that's going on right now, and the inconsistency stuff that I talk about and I complain about that continues to happen. And until we get to some kind of a flow and some kind of a streamline, this is going to continue to happen. So we have to be a little flexible, understand that, find that positive, and move forward.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just where we're at in the world.
Right.
I mean, when the C7s came out, boom. In 1 month, we had 100 brand new C7s up on the lot.
Right.
But we didn't have COVID. We didn't have strikes. We didn't have all the bull crap that's happened over the last 4 years. And it's just the world we live in today.
Well, now
unfortunately.
you're having a long conversation here on this, and it brings up the point where you go to, you'll get cars in, and he goes to prep them, and we don't have the accessories.
Yeah.
That whole streamline has been...
It's done. It's over.
I think it's failed.
Yeah.
Before, we used to order a car. You used to get accessories weeks in advance.
Yeah, we had them stacked up. Where's these cars?
Yeah, because they had the order number. They knew that these were ordered, and I didn't understand why the suppliers weren't making them and then sending them to the dealerships, because they're already ordered. Whether they're for a customer or not, the dealership is buying the car. Build the parts and send them. We're going to pay for them. We're done. But they're waiting now until the cars are built, they're invoiced, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we ain't got any of them. What the hell you mean? My car's been in the system for 3 months at 3,000 status, and you just figured out now, 3 months later, you don't have the parts, and then they sit here and wait. Weeks, sometimes months.
But the flip side of that is GM's looking at these orders going, we don't have these now, but hopefully by the time this car's built, we will have them.
But see, there shouldn't be a hopefully. Before it was, you get the parts, you make the parts, here's the parts we need, get them, send them, done.
Here, I'll tell you what, you rewind the calendar back to 2018, we'll introduce go back to 16, let's release the C8 then, and it'll all be good.
Yeah, I'll tell you, well.
Until then, it's the world we live in.
Quite a conversation tonight.
Yes.
quite
All
a
right.
conversation. I'm done, and people are like, okay, Rick, you need to shut up. All right, I'm sorry. You don't want to hear it, but it is what it is, guys. So don't expect any fluff, especially right now, the stress that I'm undertaking, trying to represent this car. I delivered here, just so you know, I'm not going to go into more details. I delivered one freaking car last month, and I'm not on a salary.
No.
End of conversation. What do you got?
All right, good morning, Rick. I love your YouTube channel with Father Chuck. Thank you.
Father Chuck again.
Quick question. I have my 22 Stingray at the dealership this morning with 4,000 miles on it to do the transmission service and change for the 7,500 mile service.
I actually got this text this morning, too.
They've called and told me that cannot be done under GM because it does not have 7,500 miles on it. Is that true? No. You can have that 7,500 mile service done whenever you choose to.
Correct. But listen.
But it has to be done within the first 2 years or 7,500 miles. But then again, if you had this done at 4,000 miles, you're going to have it redone again when you get closer to that 7,500 mile mark. So if you're 22, depending on when you got it. If you got it at 21, your 2 years might be coming close.
Right.
But no, you can have that service done whenever you request it to be done.
Right.
Just remember, if you have it done early, like at 4,000 miles, another 2,500 miles, you're going to have it done again.
Isn't it what GM was telling you? Because they've been giving us more communication on the servicing of the DCT, which, and especially the filter, the main canister filter, is the key to take care of this transmission.
Yes.
You've got to be within, is it 500 miles?
It's acceptable with it. If you get on the low end, not the high end.
Correct, thank you.
$74.99 to $7,100, whatever, yes.
Yeah.
That's an acceptable allowance with GM with that 500, the 7,500 mile service,
right,
that you only have to do it once. But if you're having it done at 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 or even 5,000 miles on it, they want it done again when it gets close to that 7,500 mile mark.
And after you do the 7,500 mile service, the next service is done at 22,500 miles.
Right.
Him and I talked about it. I've shown it with my car, using my car as a tool and sharing those experiences from the service side, from the enjoyment side, when I'm doing things with the car with you guys as well. This past Sunday was evident of that. But I'm doing mine. I guess I'm just a little bit of that old school mentality. I'm doing mine every 7,500 miles or sooner. I'm not going that far to the 22.5. Read the owner's manual on the back. Under normal, it's important, under normal driving conditions, that's the recommended service intervals. So look at that. If you start doing some autocross and doing some tracking, you got to tighten that up and change it up just a little bit, and that's what I choose to do.
Even aggressive driving down through say you live on a country road that you drive every day and you're on it.
Right.
You know, it just depends on the drive.
Right. And I thought that I was really hard on my car, my 21, my first one. If you guys are new to the channel, I had a 21. I serviced it a lot, over-serviced it, as Chuck said. We did the whole fluid change in the transmission that was supposed to be a 3-year service interval. I did it at 2 years before I sold it to a guy in Texas.
Sure.
And he says, Rick, you just wasted your money. You've been doing the DCT filter so often. He goes, this fluid's like brand new in here, man. So, I mean, that was good, but I didn't have to do that. I wasted the money on that. But at the same token, that's what I chose to do and how I wanted to take care of the car. Just like a lot of you guys watch right now are old school. Like, yeah, Rick, is it? And at delivery, they'll ask me, hey, at 500 miles, am I supposed to drop this oil, change it all out? It's not like that anymore. It really isn't. Just like a lot of people still didn't know, you check the oil with the C8 running. That blows their freaking mind.
Yep.
You know, so welcome to some new technology and really a wonderful car, guys.
And when we keep talking about this DCT filter, everybody talks about the break-in period for the motor. Oh, you know, I want to break it in right. I want to do everything right. Okay, this 7,500 mile DCT filter change is breaking in the transmission correctly.
Yep.
Getting the debris and crap out of it for the first 7,500 miles, getting a fresh filter in there. That's part of the break-in period for the transmission. That's why GM's been pretty nonchalant about 7,500 miles before.
Well, they've got a lot of test cars years and years before C8 came out.
Right.
They have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles on these cars.
Right.
So they didn't just make this stuff up, guys.
No.
All right?
So,
Okay.
all
Good
right.
discussion today.
Sure.
Yes.
This one comes from Robert. Says, I hope all is well. I've been watching the HTC C8 clear cover, your YouTube viewers, for some time now, and like what I've seen. I thought I would share another spin of my version of the see-through and removable cover for show events.
This is pretty cool.
Seen this see in the attached are the see-through C8 flag version and quick removal with a quarter-turn quick release knobs.
Cool.
I've ordered for the removal purpose.
Yep.
Hope you get a kick out of this. Look forward to hearing from you.
I thought it was fantastic, and as people are looking at these pictures right now, I like the idea of the quick removal on that, so I'm going to lean on you to help me get the right size for that. I know one of my clients actually was removing that to put the clear cover on, and you can get those at ParagonPerf.com, by the way. It comes with the seal and the new grommets and stuff like that. But Steve, I'm going to use you as an example. He dropped one of those down inside the engine.
Oh, yeah, good luck. You ain't never finding that.
It took him 2 freaking hours to find it. Oh my God! Yeah, you ain't doing anything until that gets done. So that was pretty crazy. So yeah, you got to be careful when you do that. So
yep.
But I love the quick turn. That's a great idea
Sure.
because I'm changing mine out when I do track versus just show and stuff like that. So
sure.
That's fantastic. I'm sorry, we're looking off to the distance because someone is blind and deaf. Couldn't see that there's a camera and we're talking to it.
Oh, you do have
and they're going to walk. They're going to walk right up. I'm sorry. I have a question. Is that cuckoo? That's right. That's right. We have cuckoo birds all over the place, and we are in the shop. And he's got work to do, and we're done. And had a very real, candid conversation. But that's what we want to do. I enjoy the connection, just getting the feedback from a lot of people that you didn't hear because you weren't there on Sunday. Thank you for that. I really enjoyed that. I learned from you guys, and it motivates me to do more, and there's a lot more fun stuff coming. I got a special track event that I'm participating in at the NCM Motorsports Park. There's going to be a discount code for you guys. Stay tuned. I'll have information on that coming up real soon. And my little mini car is almost done being painted, and then my son Ryan and I are going to do a drag race. You'll guess the winner of the drag race, and you'll win not my blue car. You're going to win the red one, just in time for the holidays. Before you go, let's show off some great looking cars now. They are, hint,
your beautiful rides.
See, he understands how this works. Thanks for watching.
If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you hindsight is fleeting, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you again.